Welcome back to the setup. I have a special guest with me. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, the ESM worship leader here at Eastside Christian Church.
Okay, full names. We're a full name show.
Elizabeth Talbott.
Full name.
Oh, you want the middle name too? Gross. It's Ashley.
Ashley. So you have two first names as your first two names?
I do, actually, yes.
And
think about what my initials spell. Elizabeth, Ashley, Talbot.
So do you eat a lot?
Actually, yes.
What's
All
your
the
favorite
time.
restaurant?
Restaurant, probably Chewy's, but food, Skyline Chili.
That's why you and Sarah are best friends, isn't it?
Absolutely. We always go to Chewy's.
Do you get the jalapeno ranch?
Yes.
Oh,
Is there
okay.
any? Can you go
Sarah,
to Chewy's?
well, Sarah doesn't eat it. I don't
Well,
think.
that's probably because I eat it for the both of us.
Or wait. That might be Justin that doesn't.
Oh, Justin would not eat it.
Yeah, he hates
it's
any
white
white
and creamy.
sauce. Yep. So like you said, you're the ESM worship person at the moment,
am,
leader, pastor, whatever you want to call it. What is your favorite part about doing that, about leading the kids in worship?
Well, I love leading for the kids. I love student ministry. That's always been where my heart is at. And I love worship ministry. I mean, I've been playing music now since I was 5th grade and playing on ESM's team since I was in 10th grade. So I love what I'm doing with the kids here, but I would say my favorite part overall of what I'm doing here is getting to invest in my team and in my band.
Have you always been able to sing?
No.
No.
Not
So like
at
you
all.
weren't born with like a naturally like awesome voice?
Oh, no. When I was little, there's probably a video of it somewhere that John would have access to. Who knows? But it's out there somewhere. I was very tone deaf for many years. Could not sing.
Oh, so
would
like
not
you weren't
sing.
just like okay, you were
no.
bad.
Bad, very bad.
Really?
Very bad. That both parents were very surprised when all of a sudden one day I was able to sing.
What do you mean like one day you were able to sing?
Like, I did not sing for years and years because it was so bad. And people told me it was
Like
bad.
you wouldn't even worship?
I mean, yeah, here, like in the crowd, but I
just
did
like
not
kind of
sing
to
here.
yourself.
Yeah.
Were you always like a more conservative, like you just like had your hands like folded, like just like kind of singing along, or were you
Yeah, but
always like a?
Yeah, here at least. Camps, they would get a little hand raise going on, but nah.
Yeah. What was your first time singing on a stage?
That was probably my junior year of high school, actually. I'd started playing guitar here with Justin my sophomore year, and then when he left the first time to lead at another church, they had hired a guy named Joel to lead here. And he didn't need an acoustic guitar player because he played acoustic, so I ended up being a vocalist. Not really sure how that happened because that was the time I did not sing.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of threw me up here, and
Do you remember
bit.
do you remember very distinctly, like, do you remember the song you did and everything?
No, I don't remember any of that. Now, the first song I ever led here by myself was King of My Heart at Axia in 2019.
So, like, how nervous were you about that?
Pretty
like,
nervous. Pretty nervous.
But that's a 2-person lead song, right?
Back then, no.
No?
Nope, we did the
So
whole
you did the
thing
whole
back
thing
then.
by yourself. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Eat was singing and doing the thing. You mentioned playing guitar. There's a rumor stirring that you know how to play like 50 different instruments. Is that?
It's not 50 different instruments, but it's a lot.
What
yeah.
would be the number if you had to guess? Oh, she's counting.
5.
5? Okay.
Not including singing.
That's okay. So that you're saying that singing like
If singing counts, 6.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I can't sing, so I can't play the instrument of my voice. So I guess you can count 6.
Okay, cool. 6.
So what are the 5 musical instruments?
Clarinet.
Wait. So you're Squidward?
Yes, actually. That was my first instrument.
Wait, so okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Continue. I didn't mean to
Yes,
interrupt.
clarinet. It hangs on my wall now in my office, but I can still play
Do
it.
you have like a music room?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got both my guitar and my bass on the wall. It's got the piano in there, and then my clarinet's on the wall in there too.
Okay. Good.
The
Continue.
only instrument I don't have that I didn't just mention is the electric guitar, because now I have played it on stage.
Oh
so
yeah,
it
that's
counts.
true. That has to count. So then you got bass, right?
Bass, yep. Acoustic guitar,
Okay.
electric guitar, clarinet, piano, and then singing.
Mm-hmm. And then singing.
Yep.
Okay. You said piano. Which one are you the best at?
Bass,
Bass.
for sure.
So if you were like a professional, like player of an instrument, you would be a bass
sure.
player. You look like a bass player,
For sure.
honestly, with the rock and roll voice.
That's, yeah.
I
always
dig
have
it.
said I was going to be I Am They's bass player before. Once they decided they wanted a full-time bass player, and then they broke up. So I guess that
Okay.
dream's out the window.
Maybe they didn't want you because you take your shoes off when we're filming a podcast.
Well, I take my shoes off to lead worship, so I felt like it was fitting.
It smells on the stage right now.
No, it doesn't.
Not really, but what is your favorite song? Like, not to lead. Well, let's do a two-part question.
Okay.
Favorite
All
song to lead, and then favorite song in general. Because
Favorite...
there might be a song that like you really like, but
yeah,
it wouldn't really match.
yeah. My favorite song to lead right now. So it's kind of hard because I have like in each category. So
Right.
my favorite hype song to lead right now is definitely "Prodigals" by Sean Curran.
Oh, okay.
My favorite mid-level to lead right now is probably still Bigger Than I Thought. That one's been around for forever, but it's still a fave.
I like that song.
It's a good one. And then that one's also by Sean Curran. And then the last one,
Common trend here.
Common Trend. I'm a fan. And then the more reflective favorite song to lead would probably be "Gratitude" by Brandon.
That's my favorite song you do for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the gym cries when you sing it.
I don't know about
Just
that.
on the floor
I'm
weeping.
almost crying when I sing that one. but
So then,
I don't
what's
know about
what's a
everybody
song
else.
that like you really like, but maybe it doesn't match your voice or it wouldn't make sense of you? It would have to change the key or something.
Like, does it have to be a Christian song or like just any song?
Any song,
ever
I guess.
that I like to listen to.
Wait, so you listen to music besides worship music?
Yeah.
Like who? Don't tell me like Taylor Swift or.
No. I go through like phases, I guess, where I really like certain genres of music. So sometimes I'm in a country kick and I'll listen to only country. Sometimes I'm in a worship kick and I'll listen to only worship. Early 2000s punk rock has made the list too. So
Okay.
you never know.
Solid. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about you are a life group leader at church. How long have you been a life group leader first?
I have been a life group leader since I moved back here in 2017. So going on 6 years, finishing up 6 years.
6 years. What is wrong with you?
What, that I stuck around that long?
Yeah. So have you always done high school?
Kind of. So I actually, when I first moved back here, they didn't really have any high school spots open. So I really started in middle school for their summer stuff. So I moved back here the beginning of May 2017. The first week I started coming to some middle school stuff. I think I was with the sixth graders for a while, and it was okay. But middle school ministry
You've told me
is
before, middle schoolers
not
are
my
not
thing.
for you. Yeah.
It's not my thing. So as the summer goes on, my nursing job was set to start mid-July. So I had 2 months to kill at home with no job and nothing to do because my job wasn't starting yet, having to take boards and all of that for nursing. So Winston called me one day and he was like, "Hey, can you go to camp this summer?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not doing anything else, so yeah, I guess." And it was high school CIY at Milligan, which is where I had gone to school. So we went down there, and like 3 days in, I sat down with him and I was like, "Winston, what would it take for me to be a high school leader?"
And so that's kind of where it all.
That's where it all started.
What is your like most proudest moment of being a youth leader? That's kind of on the spot.
I don't know that I have a proudest moment.
Or just any moments of like where you maybe you saw some of your kids kind of like grow up in a moment or
Yeah. That's probably been with this group here. So I did 2 years, their junior and senior year, with the first group that I had, and then this group that I have now, I've been with them since they were freshmen. And having them for now 4 years and watching them grow up over the last 4 years and dive into who they are in Christ and to build that relationship with Jesus has been really cool.
Yeah.
Because there is such a
you've
change
seen
between
them
them.
literally grow up.
Literally, right in front of my eyes.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, so I asked you what was your most proud moment though, and what would be maybe I don't know how to put it, maybe most embarrassing, cringy, awkward, hard moment as a leader? Anything that
Yep, comes right to mind.
Okay.
So this was when they were freshmen, when the group I have now, when they were freshmen. I was still working at the hospital and had to work like every third weekend. Okay, so there were some weekends I wasn't able to get here until life groups were almost over. Well,
Okay, well we'll set the stage for anyone watching. What's the layout of the service when you say like life groups?
oh, life groups. Okay, so back then, the kids would come in, they'd hang out, we'd play a couple games, kind of do a recap of the sermon from the morning, and then we'd split off into age life groups. So, like, the freshman girls were together, the sophomore boys had a group,
Right.
that kind of thing. So, I had the freshman girls.
At the time.
At the time. They're seniors
And you got there
now,
late.
And I got there late, and I didn't have a co-leader at the time. And it's
Okay.
in February, so it's all about relationships, dating, sex, the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards. Well, guess which weekend I did not make it for because I was working.
I don't think I want to guess.
Okay, well, it was the sex talk week. So Winston Dickerson had all of my sweet freshman girls on the couch talking to them. And when I got there, their faces, they were terrified. Their eyes were huge. They were really pale. They were like, we don't know what to think right now.
We might just have to move on.
We broke my
So
sweet
wait,
girls.
how did you so then from that moment, how did you like I'm just confused. Where did you pick up in that conversation? Did you just move on or
Well,
was it just
we
like,
told Winston to leave when I got there.
probably smart.
And I was like, "All right, so let's talk through this. How are you feeling?" And they just kind of stared at me, and I was like, "Okay, it's gonna be fine. Let's just keep on going."
Okay. Then did you just kind of maybe lecture them a little bit?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has there been any like really like mom moments where you're like,
Oh, absolutely.
have
There's
you
been
ever
mom
been
moments.
anything comes to mind where you were like so like I don't know. The term nowadays is a Karen. Have you had any
Okay.
maybe like slight Karen moments if you're being honest?
I don't know that I'd call it a Karen moment, but it was a mom moment for
Okay.
sure. Okay. So this was back during COVID. They had just come back and we were started meeting in life groups again in person, not just on Zoom. So
Okay.
it was like, I don't know, mid to late 2020. And the girls came in, they were talking about their online schooling and how they'd been not as honest in some of the ways that they should have been.
So they were cheating.
They were cheating, 100%.
Okay.
And I just stopped and I got real quiet and they got real quiet and their eyes got really big and I just go, that is not how a young woman of God acts. I expect better. And none of them have cheated since, so I've been told.
So you've been told.
So I've been told. They still talk about that conversation, actually.
So
They brought that up again the other day, and I was like, really? That conversation? They're like, yeah, that conversation.
so basically they told on themselves,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
but they were just kind of more saying it in like a very like this
Like a
is funny
flippant-
way.
Yeah, flippant attitude that it
okay.
didn't really matter. And
Okay.
we spoke into that a little bit.
And so then you remember getting pretty stern and
Pretty stern, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think I scared them all just a little bit.
All right, so I got some random questions for you. Something
Okay.
I love to do with first time guests, just like maybe to get a little bit of who you are. Really deep theological questions.
Oh, great.
So the first one is: if all animals could talk,
Mm.
which animal would be the rudest?
Oh, if all animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
There's a very very easy answer here, but I want to see your first guess.
I feel like a donkey.
A donkey? Why a donkey?
I don't know. I just feel like they usually have an attitude. Or a camel. Camel spit.
Have you? But like I know people who spit just to spit. Like
Yeah, but I feel like camel spit because they're being hateful. Yes.
I was gonna say a cat.
Okay, actually, that's a very good answer.
Cats
too.
are pretty. They're pretty rude. I mean, I would say I have a hot take that if all animals could talk, dogs would become the most annoying pet in the world. Like
most
we would
annoying
not
pet?
like dogs anymore if they could talk.
I don't know.
Especially,
I felt
like-
Arlie talked back to me all the time. Like he like I would tell him something and
Well, what
he would
kind of
make a
dog
sound.
was he?
He was a golden retriever.
Well, that's a little different. That would be cool. I have 2 Yorkies.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to hear them talking.
Those are basically the same as having like, you know what? I probably shouldn't comment on that. But, what is the worst smell you've ever smelled?
Oh, that could get dangerous very fast because I am a nurse.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I want to know
I
the
don't
answer.
think you want to know the answer to that
No,
one.
I actually do. What's the?
Are you sure you want to know?
Wait. So does it have something to do with like using the restroom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you give us like a PG version of what it is?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay, so to talk to then a little bit about like when you were a nurse,
Mm-hmm.
like what was some of the grossest things you had to do?
Probably cleaning people up
Oh, so
in the ICU.
helping
at
them
least,
out,
Yeah.
helping them out, and
Yep.
then would those kind of be some of the smells that?
Look, once it runs off the end of the bed, you've done it all.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that I don't know why, but now this really makes me think about this. So, are you like? Do you handle smells like easier now that you've done that?
Yeah.
So if someone just like passes gas, it's not like it's like it is what it is. Oh my
It is
gosh.
what it is. I'll be honest with you, I don't do vomit. Not my thing.
Really?
Yeah, and it's the smell.
But you do like blood and poop, but
Mhm.
you don't do vomit.
Mm-mm.
What is it like? It's just the smell.
It's just the smell. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. I don't know what it is, but anytime I smell it, I'm like, yep. Probably a good thing I'm not a mom yet.
Oh my gosh. But you do want to be a mom.
I do want to be a mom. Yeah.
How many?
As many as God gives me. And when I
But
was
if
younger,
it was your
if I was younger, I would have said 5. But as old as
Wow.
I am now, probably 2 or 3.
See, I want that many, but I want to foster and adopt
Yeah.
1 or 2. So
Yep.
I don't need 5 of my own. That's too
No,
much
yeah. I
Chaz
would-
DNA in the world.
Yeah, I don't know that I want 5 of my own, especially as old as I am now. But 2, maybe 3 of my
So-
own, and then adopt a couple.
So as we wrap up, you're the worship leader here now.
Yep.
Your girls are seniors. What is your dream? Like I say dream vaguely cuz like obviously I feel like our lives are always changing so
Mm-hmm.
much. Like so more of like 5 to 10 years. Like what is your dream scenario? Like don't put any limitations on
Do you
on
want
what
like
would
career,
happen.
family,
All of
both,
it, all of it.
Well, 5 to 10 years, I'll be done with school.
Okay,
'cause
and
I'm
you are
going-
studying to be
It's biblical studies is my degree right now.
Right.
So it'll be just kind of a general Bible and theology degree.
Cool.
Pretty much. So I'm hoping to have transitioned into ministry full time by then, and kind of nursing become the side job.
Oh,
So they'll
okay.
flip. And then I would love to be married in 5 to 10 years, have a couple kids.
Sounds like a good dream.
Yeah.
And like what about churches? Like could you see yourself at like a mega church or like would you be cool with like a little rinky dink country church of like 100 people or
I don't know, honestly. I've always kind of pictured myself doing a couple different things in ministry.
Yeah.
One, to be a second worship leader somewhere. So like not just
So not
the person,
the
but
person.
kind of like how like Passion City Church has 3 full-time
Oh, okay.
that go around and they work together to make a week happen. That is something I would love to do because I've always felt like I was better as a second to support whoever that main person was. But I also really want to do women's ministry someday too.
Like with kids or with young adults or?
No, with like
like with
women.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like what Vicky does now.
Oh,
like
cool.
Pour into the women of the church and be able to counsel and teach and do some of that as well.
Sweet. Well, even though you took your shoes off and
can't help it. It's just
talked about poop.
Look,
That
I've seen a lot. Okay, lived a lot, done a lot of things.
Well, thank you for joining the setup. How we end these is we just go like this to the camera. All right,
Kay.
Ready on 3.
What am I doing with my hand on 3?
You're just punching the camera.
All right,
1, 2, 3. Thank you.